everybody, DemiGod Reviews here, and today, since I don't have the time to break down and really edit the way I want to edit, we are talking about the City That Never Sleeps first DLC, the heist that involves Black Cat, or aka Felicia Hardy. Well, Black Cat, Felicia Hardy, is now a major centerpiece in this DLC, where it involves you trying to stop her, well, not really stop her, but try to take the drive from Hammerhead to stop a grand scheme of things that's going to happen in the process. The plot of it really is just working with her and knowing what's happening, trying to get to know what's going on, why she's working for Hammerhead in a game of deception, thievery, siege. Basically, there's a lot going on in this DLC that it really is pretty cool. Black Cat is a really dope character. I love the theme around her. I love how she's mysterious and vague with you, yet she pulls you along and strings you into a grand scheme of things in the process that really, once you begin to see the plot twists and the plot turns, it just knocks you really right out the park. I think her character was great. I had some graphical issues with her character, however, with her hair and the way sometimes her hair will look really weird in certain angles and spotlights. Nothing taken away from her, but just that was kind of like a bothersome thing for me, as every time she came on screen it was not hard to notice. I don't know if it was the coloring or just the way they designed her hair, period, but it was kind of like an eyesore to look at sometimes. The writing for this DLC was really good. It really involved a cat and mouse chase, as they touch on the history between Spider-Man and Black Cat, where they also dated outside of just being, you know, partners at one point and just going against each other. It was a really dope thing to see, a really grand scheme of history and how they involved it, really. It picks up right after the ending of Spider-Man, so if you didn't play Spider-Man, it would be great if you did, because it's going to pick up an area where you have to play it for it to make sense. But graphically it was pretty good. The audio was great. I love Felicia's voice actor. Like, she just, the way she talked with the sexiness in her voice and how she reflected upon her and Spider-Man with the teasing, the cold back and forth between the two, really great. The story was okay. I didn't find it to be like progressively unique or progressively different. Yeah, it was a cat and mouse chase. Black Cat, but it was a cat and mouse chase that really, it felt rushed. Like, the build up for it was okay, but it didn't feel like they were letting it unravel the way it needed to unravel. The writing was okay. I kind of hate that we got this big tease of Hammerhead to where you see him in the end, you see his portrait, then you see him actually standing there in the end, but nothing really major of the sort. You know, I with the way they were talking about him, I'm kind of expecting like some fight with him, and especially since you're in the midst of the crime families, the Majid family and the Hammerhead thugs, I was expecting something of the sort, some kind of fight, not just a tease of him at the end. It felt too short. It felt short. That was one of the biggest gripes I had about this. It felt really short. It wasn't like personally long enough. I felt like it should have been padded out just a little bit more, with more story fleshed out a little bit more. I know they're trying to build like this three epic story DLC aftermath of what's happening for Spider-Man in the future that they are in now, but it honestly felt a bit too short for my taste. Personally, it's like 2 hours and 30 minutes. You're going straight through, and I didn't even go straight through. I took my time. I was finding the pictures. I did some screwball challenges, as you can see in the previous video, and really I took my time, and it still felt a bit short. It wasn't like a meaty DLC. It wasn't like, alright, so I'm gonna spend at least 6 to 7 hours of story and doing a couple side missions. Speaking of which, the side missions, while they were cool, while they had a nice little moment where it reflected and had a grand, it was okay. You know, you meet Walter Hardy, Felicia Hardy's pops, and I kind of knew it was him already, just about the way they were talking, and just about the way he was talking about Black Cat to Spider-Man. It was kind of hinted at a little bit too quickly. They like should have gave you some time to figure it out. Um, the side stuff was okay. The screwball challenges are fun. I think they're actually the unique thing about some of this DLC, where you have to utilize social media, utilize the photo bombing, and do really cool moments to like get the numbers up. I think that was actually a pretty cool thing. Finding the portraits was okay. Actually, finding the portraits is actually probably the wackest part about this, to be honest. I thought they would have did a little bit more with that, especially with the build up they were putting around that, especially since, you know, they had more of that. I thought like something would have happened, or something would have been given, or something would have came into foray about it, instead of just, oh hey, I'm alive, don't tell Felicia, respect my daughter. Like, you don't even respect your daughter. Screwball challenges are great. The finding the portraits is and mainly they could have did more with the crimes. While the crimes were always fun to do, I felt like, especially for some DLC, they should have been unique. The bombs are unique, but them hitting crimes of, you know, robbing storefronts and putting people in trunks, outside the box a little bit more. Especially since we came from an epic moment in Spider-Man where it completely, we did all that. What's new? I understand you're a crime, you're a mafia family, you're a crime family. What are you gonna give me that's new outside of that? While the EMP stuff was dope, including the spider drone, I felt like it should have been a little bit more to give. Story-wise, it's okay. Cat and mouse, like I said. Decent writing. I really enjoy how they implemented like the bond between Spider-Man and Black Cat. How she's just stringing you along, and you being Peter Parker, you being extremely nice. You go along with it, you know. And it was an okay DLC. It was a solid DLC. It wasn't mind blowing or like something completely crazy like I thought it would be. It honestly felt like this could have been in the main game. Like, I understand what they were trying to do, but it honestly felt like this could have been main game stuff and not just a DLC. But if I had to give it a score, it's kind of short. Some of the side stuff not that great. Graphically, Felicia's hair really, like, that really irritated me, and I really wasn't trying to talk about it on stream like that. But so let's see the cons for this DLC. Short. Side stuff is really not that impressive outside of Screwball. Not a meaty DLC. You can beat it in one real sitting, and I don't like the way it ended. I know they're trying to build it up, but I just genuinely don't like the way it ended. What's the pros? I love the bond between Spider-Man and Black Cat. I do love the plot twists that were coming about in the story. The stuff you weren't expecting, the chase scenes, great set pieces, great action. They really did a phenomenal job with those. I love the Screwball missions that were side missions. I think those are some of the best missions in this DLC. And the suits are pretty dope. I haven't seen the last suit, but the Spider-Man UK suit and the what is the other one? The Spider-Man UK suit. I can't really see the name of the suit. I don't know what the name of the suit is. Camera's blocking it, but this suit and the other Spider-Man suit with the UK suit, that's pretty dope. I gotta unlock this. I gotta finish everything else for this one, but I think the suits are pretty dope. They look clean, they look crisp, especially this UK suit. At first I wasn't feeling it, but it actually took some time to gradually grow on me. But if I had to really give this DLC a score, and this is just generally me, like fresh off, quickly digested, it's a solid 3.5 out of 5. It's not mind-blowing, it's not wowing me like the main campaign of Spider-Man was, but it has its qualities, and I actually enjoyed it. I enjoyed it until the last little minute. I kind of wish they did flesh out certain things, but they also answered them, like her lying about the sun. But you know, I enjoyed it for what it was. So yeah, folks, that's it. It was a good stream today. If you're watching this on YouTube, hit that like and subscribe button for me. And you know, I have fun with it. Man, this is actually a pretty fun DLC. I'm gonna do the cleanup and whatnot and finish everything up, but it's pretty fun. It's pretty solid. I want to see what they're expanding on here, because it seems like I have a theory for that I'm probably gonna do a separate video on later, but I think I know where to go with this. So folks, you know, like I said, if you're watching on YouTube, hit the like and subscribe button, hit the little notification bell icon, and check out all the links in the description box. But yeah, for those who's watching on YouTube with this review, thank y'all for coming on by. And for those who's watching on Twitch, I thank y'all for stopping on by also. So until next time, until the next video, guys, we'll tune in, turn up, and throw down. Until the next stream, it's looking like a GG, and I'm out. Thanks for watching.